A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are back with another podcast of Executive Harmony Conversation with Global Leaders on Happiness and Spirituality. I'm your host, Professor Nitin Arora, the head of Amity University Reiki Foundation Center for Science of Happiness. I am here with a very wonderful guest, a legal guest for the show, Miss Monica Salwan, Vice President, Kotak-Mahindra Bank.
Nitin, and for university also. It's a opportunity, great opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Miss Monica Salwan is having a 22 years of experience in corporate law, compliance and litigation, insurance, and a seasoned legal expert in banking industry. As a vice president legal at Kotak Mahindra Bank for last 14 years, she has been instrumental in providing strategic legal guidance to various clientele of the bank, managing complex contracts and navigating critical and high-stake litigations. She's a certified POSH trainer. She has extensive expertise in legal advisory, compliance, contract management, arbitration, and active litigation. She has been recognized for her contributions and she has received various awards, accolades from various platforms. We believe law is a source of happiness for millions and millions of people all around. What is happiness for you?
I think I would like to take you to my childhood first. Child, I used to get happy for small things, right? I used to wait for my monthly pocket money from my father, which I used to spend maybe in 10 days or 5 days only. And I used to wait for picnics, right? Or small things. So when actually what I have perceived now with the passage of time, when we were so young, when we were children, we used to get happiness in the small things. Now we are lost. We have actually, we don't feel those small things now because we are lost in our world now. We are into so much of stress due to work, right? And so much of pressure on our head. We have so much liabilities, responsibility. So ultimately, what is my criteria of happiness, which I have perceived and I'm following now? This when you're coming back to home after your entire work of your day, whatever the stress you had in entire day, you should be feeling peace here, this in your mind, and the contentment here. So if you are having these two things and the most happiness in the world, like you can enjoy anything anytime. So this is the happiness for me. When I'm at home, I'm back from work, I'm with my family, I have peace in my mind, I am contented from all aspects. I should love and I should enjoy my work. So it is coming when you enjoy your work. So that kind of peace you get. I this much I can say. This is the my criteria of happiness.
So you want to say either Shanti or Udar Shanti, means contentment in the heart or Upar Shanti. But is dunya mein, like in this world, there are two ways to become a rich. One is hard work, or you can say the business. Second is putting a case against a competitor. So there are two. This is what, and when somebody putting a case, then comes your role. You have a legal department, you have a legal office. So in one way, that is a worldly way of assuming how to be happy. I'll tell you one example. We play a small game in our workshops of happiness where we give a lot of balloons to the students and we say a rule. In 1 minute, how many balloons will survive, the person will win. Means anybody's balloon which will survive in 1 minute, that person will win. So in 1 minute, once the whistle starts, everybody start destroying their balloons. But after 1 minute, when nobody's balloon survives and nobody wins, then I said, no, if somebody's balloon should survive, he will win. But I never told to burst any balloon. Why did you burst somebody's balloon? They thought if I have to win, somebody has to lose. So that is the perspective in general world, and people think if other is unhappy, then I become happy. So this is the general. But yes, you said very wisely: peace in the mind and contentment in the heart. So let me start from a little thing. Since you said about the childhood, so if I want to ask you, what drew you to this legal profession? how come into this most toughest profession? Because I remember one time I was called for a workshop in UK, Middlesex University is there in London. So when I went there, they said to me, "Sir, you are here. We will give you the toughest department of the university for happiness workshop." I said, "You give me any department. I am now in your university in London. So tell me any department." They said, "We will take you to the law department." So if you can make law students talk and interact about happiness, हम मान जाएंगे कि you have done something. So that is, so what drew you to this toughest department, toughest role, legal profession?
Um, Certainly not. It was not my first priority, I tell you.
Okay.
But it was my mindset. So when I was young, definitely every child, every person has an aspiration in mind, ambition in mind. So I had an ambition of I want to do something which gives me an image of bold personality, intelligent mind, solution provider. So that thoughts I was having in my mind. So what my first priority was to become an IPS officer. So which I tried. So I will not get into depth of that why I couldn't do that. So, but after that, I tried for that. I wanted to become an IPS officer. I had a fascination towards that uniform. I salute to my defense personnel, and definitely that's a very beautiful profession. So, with that thought of helping people, serving people, using your intelligent brain to resolve something and doing something which is very unique. So that was my criteria of like getting into such kind of a profession which gives me this kind of feeling, happiness, right? So after when I tried UPSC services and all, I also had a backup option. If if it is not this profession, what would be the other profession which is having this kind of maybe having an exposure to me? So I found legal profession is the best profession. And when you, because I used to see that time we used to see only television and serials arguing the lawyers before court of law. So you feel that much of no, okay, he's doing something powerful, right? He's doing something good. So that's how it imbibed in me. Like I have to do something which is unique actually, and which is purposeful, which is helpful for me in long run. And people know about me with my due to my brain, right? Due to my intelligence, right? And so that's why I chose this profession, and I love this profession, no doubt about that. And I'm having a very purposeful career, so I'm happy being in legal profession. It's actually
What we also observe, so the most popular program, one of the popular program, or you can say the topmost, is the law profession, is the law degree. Most students are opting for the law program here. It is above engineering. It is above engineering program that they're opting. So sometimes I wonder, okay, what is the reason? So I heard a reason, maybe it is right or wrong. Please convey to me what is your perspective. They are assuming the trust level among the citizens on each other is going down. So the consequence is there will be a conflict will happen. If conflict is going to happen and it cannot be solved in-house, so the law demand is very high. So how do you see this trust perspective? Is it going down, or is it the real reason, or is there any other reason behind the popularity of this law profession? Just your perspective. How do you see?
it should not be tabooed, which is my
Yes,
understanding. It's
yes.
very circumstantial. Like if one person is having a different experience, doesn't mean that other person is having going to have the same experience, right? Law is to protect, right? And people rely on a legal professional or a lawyer. They are reposing their trust in you, right? A lawyer, they're reposing their trust in you. they are believing that this person definitely will get me justice. So you have to be you have to, I think, fulfill those obligations on your part, and you don't need to break the trust of the people. I don't think so. People do this usually. Lawyers are having the intention, which is the profession is you have to defend your client, right? You have to defend your client. You have to protect the interest of your client. You take it as a in a defense, or you take it as a in a pro or against. You can see it. You can see in court of law. So one is in pro and one is in against. So, but duty is you have to protect the interest of your client. You have to build the trust in your client for you, and that is this the what the you say the trust is going down. It may be due to certain no incidents may have happened with few people, and it happens. We can't just comment on that, right? It happens everywhere. So we should
Right.
not go into detail all those things, because I see the profession is very noble. If I take it as a profession of the doctors, which saves lives of human beings, we also save lives of human beings, maybe in another way. So we should, I think, respect our profession, and we are ready to give that
Right.
trust.
When you think of law profession, as you just said it, okay, you have to defend your client. So clients at the beginning, we have no idea, okay, whether it is right, whether he or she is right or on the wrong side. So how do you define success? Okay, because success means for the client perspective, from a legal perspective. You can, sorry, if you can also tell a little bit about your role profile for our audience understanding, and then maybe they can understand the context of your answer also.
Okay. So I'm taking care for the retail liabilities portfolio for the western region of Kotak-Mahindra Bank, and along with the corporate affairs. So I'm into contract negotiations, and we handle the branches also, the customer base, the CASA base of the bank. So this is the entire profile of mine, and the litigation part also.
So in
So that's
short, any client and your branch has any issue, it is raised to your level, raised to your table in the
yes.
in the
Whenever there is
Maharashtra region or the Pune region,
It's entire Maharashtra, and
entire
this
Maharashtra.
entire western region, you can say, west of India. So western
Okay.
region of India we take care of. So that's how we deal with the customer queries, customer issues, claims, documentations, and contracts we are dealing with. We are negotiating with the various vendors of the bank. Internal clients we do have. We provide our legal advisory, legal opinions to them, internal clients, right? And we are dealing with the risk portfolio also. Risk department, we dealing with the police also, face-to-face basis. Yeah. So, and we also draft the products of the bank, the processes of the bank, basis which we launch our new products to our customer base, right? So, and the litigation, which is a part and parcel of the entire business activity. So,
So
we
future happiness is guaranteed by you.
understand success is maybe a material success, you can say, because we have at certain point of time we always have a different parameters of success. Like if I'll achieve this position, I'll be successful. If I'll get this much of money in my account, I'll be successful. So I think those are my desires, what I have understood in no, with the passage of time. These were my desires which I have achieved, or maybe in line, so I'll be achieving also more. So what I have understood of late, the success is when I give my advice, when I ask people to act upon something, when we are rendering our services, and my business, my clientele is actually agreeing to that. They are actually valuing your opinion and acting on that. I think that is called success, because I feel very pride. I seriously, this is a pride for me. It's a proud moment for me that if they are hearing to me, they are listening to me and acting upon the same. It means you are being valued, you are being listened, your advice is actually valuable for them. So that is the success, because this gives you happiness and contentment. Exactly. So those material success can give you happiness anytime. But this kind of success, you feel this is actually a contentment. You feel so good. It will boost your morale also. It will motivate you. So I think this is the success.
Okay. So that was a little bit of peeping into the personal perspective of happiness. And thank you for taking these questions at a personal level in a very unbiased and very free mind manner. Thank you so much. Now we enter
I hope
into.
this is, I'm sorry, I hope this doesn't go beyond the limitation or beyond the boundaries. But I kept it to, I hope I answered it properly to you.
So much. Now we enter into the organizational happiness because happiness has layers and layers of levels. So somebody has had a very good metaphor. So stress is at office, happiness is at disco, and service is, or you can say, family duties in the home. So how do you see the importance of happiness and well-being at office? What is the role? What is happening?
You can't leave the stress. It's always there.
It's always there.
It's always there. But how to ignore that, it's up to you. And where to ignore that, it's up to you. It's very important. Because definitely, we will be always pressurized by work. We will be under stress because we are working people, right? We are working. So definitely, it's bound to happen. Stress bound to happen. We can't avoid that. So whenever I go back to home or maybe getting up early in the morning, I go for a run and with my music. So that gives me some clarity of thought because I speak to myself also during that. And whenever I'm listening music, I get new thoughts also sometimes, and it's kind of releasing of toxins, right? And so you get a fresh mind, fresh perspective, and so and go for exercise, go for good food, healthy food. These are very important because going back late at home, then eating some junk foods may not help you, may deteriorate your health also, right? So we have to adopt some healthy regime, be it exercise or food or anything which you like most, music, dancing. Even dancing is also an exercise, I should say. You should go for dancing. If you feel relaxed there, you should go for dancing. So I believe in that, and I follow that also. I go for gym. I hit the exercise regime. I go for run. I listen music. Sometimes I cook also. So whenever you are at home, just remember two things. Definitely, you can't avoid the calls. You can't avoid the work, the kind of a role you are handling. So you have to take calls sometimes. You have to work sometimes, right? So better when you're done, you're done. Just have some little entertainment for yourself. Have some quality time for yourself and with family. I think that will help you in longer run.
Fair enough. So, so you are a marathon runner, and so, so it means physically you are fit. And this is a way that we also say that whenever you are overthinking, it means your physical movement is weak. So we suggest that anybody who is overthinker should get the body move, whether you go for dance, whether you go for swimming, whether you go for running, because this unburdens lot of toxins, as you rightly said, कि toxins निकल जाते हैं and then you unburden your thoughts. That is a wonderful way to relax in a natural manner and no need to depend on the psychiatrist and all that. So very healthy ritual that you have maintained. So now, once you wake up in the morning, 7 o'clock, and then you suppose 8 o'clock, and you go for a run, and then you go back to the office. Now the call starts, the work pressure starts, and the client starts, and the documentation is on your table, asking with deadlines. Us samay, what do you think? How do you stay calm and focused? You can't go for marathon at that time. So during
Hmm.
that office time, how do you manage your calm and stay focused? What you do?
Uh, I'm ready for that actually. Whenever I'm going to office, on the way, I'm ready what I'm going to know. I
Face.
have the priorities in my list. So these are my to-dos for today. And I have to prioritize my work as per the business requirements, as per my requirements also, right? And team requirements. So if you don't prioritize your work, you will be in clutter always, right? You will be in mess. So we need to prioritize the work. And more important, whenever such situation you face, which is not favorable, right? You don't feel like maybe you're during a negotiation with a client now. You feel stressed, you feel which is not fair. Just keep quiet for some time. Don't answer instantly or immediately. Think, rethink, just revisit that thing again. What could happen? What could go wrong? Or what to go right, how to rectify that. And so I think revisit is very important to every action of yours which you feel uh, something has gone wrong today. And if you are correcting it next time, I think it will definitely help you. And this is very good for your mental status. I have learned that, I'm telling you, because I am not like kind of a saint since inception, right? I used to be a bit aggressive also because young time mein hote ho aap aggressive sometimes, right? So little aggressive attitude, like, yeah, I'm a lawyer, right? That kind of an attitude we used to have. We are a lawyer, right? But धीरे धीरे, slowly, slowly down the line, you need to learn a lot of things, and you learn from each and every person, right? Even business, your clients, everyone. So whenever you're dealing with a person, your client, you have to be calm. Definitely. If you're angry, just leave it for some time, rethink, revisit, and then bounce back. So this is the only way you can survive in a work atmosphere. Otherwise, you will be in a fear. You will be in a fearful position. Your mind will grip it with the fear, right? You won't be able to think right there. Just be happy. Try to just ignore for some time and then revisit again and then bounce back with the right thing. This is the way.
Okay. Uh, as a general perception, as a student or as a common citizen, so there are many myths which are around the lawyers, professions, and all. Is there any one myth that you think you would like to break today and you would like to give a more clarity that भाई ऐसा नहीं होता है, आप ये सोचते हो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. ऐसा कुछ सुना आपने कि मिथ रिगार्डिंग द लॉयर्स प्रोफेशन के भाई कि सारे लॉयर ऐसे होते हैं, सारे लॉयर के बारे में ये कहा जाता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. आप जब इस साइड आओगे, ऑन दिस पार्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड इज लाइक दिस, नॉट दैट व्हाट यू परसीव. एनी मिथ यू वांट टू ब्रेक?
Being an in-house counsel right now, I think there's a myth about in-house counsel. We only perform 9 to 6 job.
Okay.
So there's no 9 to 6 job. So whenever situation demands, right? Whenever situation demands, we work or any day, be it a holiday or be it a weekend. So whenever the business requires, your client requires, we have to work anytime. So this is the myth I want to bust regarding the in-house counsels for. And in-house counsels, I should say, and even the litigating lawyer also, I must say. Uh, there's one perception. We are not having only the legal acumen. We are also having the business acumen, because when we are dealing with one issue, so we have to go into the depth of that matter. Only then you can defend it, right? You can't defend with a half-baked knowledge. So you have to understand what you're dealing with actually. You have to understand, only then you can work towards the interest of your client. So we deal with from the business and acumen as well as the legal acumen. We need to strategize the things also. So it's not a one-day job. You're reading the paper and then you're going and arguing in the court. It's not a one-day job. You're no reading the facts on the mail and then you are just advising your clients. It's not like that. We have to go through a number of books. We have to update ourselves time to time so that whatever you're delivering is up to date and beneficial to your interest of your client, or it is in the compliance of the laws, and what you're delivering is actually benefiting the, which is very much important. So I should say that maybe I don't want to discuss any other myth. So I think being in house counsel, this myth is more important to just address right now.
Okay. I'll give you one scenario. So just because this is the normal, that you have many scenarios to handle in your profession. So if I say to you, suppose there are some clients which are in a hurry and they want to resolve their case very fast, but they say कि मैडम जल्दी एक्शन कीजिए, जल्दी से केस फाइल कीजिए, and we have to win the case, हमें लॉस हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा. So at that time, how do you handle a what you say, hashi tashi client kind of a thing? Well, how do you still stay focused? And when things, the client is saying to be very fast, quickly to the solve the case.
So our job is whenever we are handling a client case, our job is not to do rush. Definitely not. Until unless we understand the minute thing of that particular matter, we can't frame our defense. We can't actually protect the interest of the client. So, be it a regulator guideline, I should take it as it is.
Okay.
If I'm working on one thing or one document, I have to assess first the risk. What is the risk involved, right? If my client is rushing that I have to do it in tomorrow only, I won't be able to do it until unless I understand what exactly the risk involved in this. What is the inherent risk? How to mitigate that risk? How to eliminate that risk? If not eliminated, at least mitigate so that you will get the less joy, right? You will not, because ultimately what will happen in the long run, my client is going to suffer.
Right.
So at least do something which is beneficial for your client, which is actually protecting the interest. This is not a lawyer job, just reading a page and then, okay, what you're saying, I'm going to do that. I have to comply a lot of things. It be it a regulatory or be a statutory compliances. So whatever we do, we are actually in line with the regulatory and statutory compliances. Only then we start working on anything. So we have to take care of each and everything like this.
Okay. Monica ma'am, just let me know. We, as a normal person again, when we watch some legal proceedings on the YouTube and all that, so sometimes we come across some judges, non-Indian judges, who are portrayed as a very kind judge. So you must have seen various videos also of judges, okay, when they take the proceeding and they forgive the client and they forgive the person, and the judges are being portrayed as a very kind judge. Oh wow, he has a human heart. That what we also have a theme for the session. A lawyer can be a human. So have you ever considered or ever thought, ever found, okay, what is to be a human as a lawyer in this profession? Okay, humanness is more important. What is that concept? A lawyer can be a human.
Definitely, lawyer can be. Lawyer is human, please. Lawyer is human.
Yes.
We are empathetic towards our client we deal with, right? Be it the external or internal. It's not that we are stone hearted. So it's only thing we have to follow the law, because this is my duty. This is obligation of a lawyer, right? So it's not that we don't have any empathy towards the client. I'll just give you an example. We There's a cases when we deal with the client disease claims. Right? There are certain things which we have to follow as per the regulator and as well as the statutory guidelines. And we know the client is genuine, the claimant is genuine, but we are not able to help because there are certain restrictions are there, certain requirements which he has to fulfill before getting them. So you can't waive off those things. So we feel we feel helpless toward that also, but we try to give solution as much as possible we can. So it's not that lawyers are not human. Lawyers are also human, kind also. We think everything. We understand the person in what position the person is actually. Then we take a decision, but we take a very informed and consented decision. We take a decision which is in compliance of the guidelines and as well as statutory and regulatory guidelines. So we have to balance everything. our emotions and as well as the practical ones.
Always see the limelight of CEOs, even CHROs, that they are promoting the organization to the next level, the new strategy head of the organization. They're in the limelights. But there are many things going at the backside also, which is the legal hassles going on. So you have the heads of legal department who are managing all the firefighting, which is happening for the organization. So have you come across any situation or a case which is too funny or too small, but then बोलते हैं ना राई का पहाड़ बना देना. Client sometimes does that. कि small issue को वो they just make it a very big one. So have you come across कि when you have fought big cases, solved big problems, and then you solved a very small problem, but then you were doing the firefighting and you got the recognitions, because recognition is like the limelight or the highlight of a department of a role. So do you think small cases bring the recognition, high solving cases bring the recognition? How do you see that?
Recognition, be it a small case or be it a big case, it should be impacted. Like means some impact is to be there, which is
Impact has
mainly
to
nature. Impact is more important, irrespective the nature of the case, because a very small advice can help you in a better way, and in long run it can be beneficial in a no, larger way. And
Can you give one example of, without highlighting the name of a company? You have been working for many companies. So, with one example, okay, this was the particular example that a big problem solved. Something, can you elaborate something
uh, example,
of any one cases or one, two cases?
okay, while dealing with the documentation and all, right? So, which is an issue when you are making a process and all, a issue which is very small for a legal personnel. It has been, it has been projected as a, oh, this is a very critical issue and all, and we are trying to give the solution. Okay, this is not of much worry about. You can go ahead with that, because what we do, we have to take a calculated risk, right? So we know if we are taking this much of risk, what would be the repercussion, right? So we are already ready in our head. Yes, this might be the risk in future, or this might be the repercussion, legal repercussion in future. So this much of risk to that extent I'm taking. So I'm ready for that. But it is still being projected in some way. No, it can't be done. How's it possible? Calling the meetings and all. It happens sometimes.
Okay.
So this way, I can just give an example because not so many incidents happen like this.
Okay.
But this is a very minute one.
Okay. So with this, we come to the end of the second section of organizational well-being and your perspective on how the things work and how it can be managed in a nice manner and create a calm atmosphere for the person and for the department. Thank you. Now we move to the third one, which is called section for spirituality, inner life and spirituality. So what is spirituality for you, Monica?
I associate it with the religion also.
Okay.
Because I think ultimately it comes to down to peace, inner peace, your mental peace, contentment, happiness, and which I also find whenever I'm sitting in front of my temple, I'm doing puja, or maybe for 5-10 minutes in morning or evening, and when you have a conversation with yourself also. Sometimes you think few things and you revisit few things, and you need to know what exactly my myself, like I'm as a human being, what I'm doing, right? What I have to do. There are a lot of thoughts come in your mind. So spirituality means attaining your self wisdom, basically you have to be a contentment, self contentment, and the peace, inner peace is a spirituality for me, and I definitely always associate and look at through the religion also. This is my personal perspective because I get it from there. I'm a spiritual person, so I'll join both of them together.
Wonderful. Some people are saying "Okay, we don't mix. This is our lifestyle." Some people say it is a part of the spirituality. So glad to know that this is the way to be spiritual, because we hear from religion only how to be spiritual. Otherwise, there is no way out to even know. We have just a bookish knowledge of what is being kind and all. But if we see those who are religious, what kind of things that they have created, and something like those who are atheist, what is one perspective? The creation is just materialistic thing. So the depth of the work of a spiritual person is far more deeper than somebody who is onto the journey to be spiritual. Okay, so since you are into the legal profession, so law is always about logic. So how do you see this gift of spirituality, the intuition, the empathy, this plays in your decision making?
Yeah, it actually plays an important role. When you are dealing with any issue, you don't just need to apply the legal logic always. It's definitely it's very important, part of your entire decision making. It is the major part, I should say. But you also have to look towards the position of the people and the situation which you are dealing with, and think from all the angles, right? Suppose I just mentioned a claim of like deceased person, right? So you are a human being also. You need to understand the person's situation, right? And if he is not able to do something, so how can you provide a solution to that? How can you give a satisfaction to that person, a happiness to that person, which is in within your control? So legal, definitely you have to comply that. You know that, so that you can't avoid. But you have to be little empathetic while understanding the issue in your hand, while dealing with even I should say, documentation is a different thing. But when you are dealing with, especially with the human beings cases, you need to be little bit empathetic also, because it helps you to understand the exact position the person is in, right? And then you can take a decision by applying your law or legal logic and legal acumen. So, in whatever way it helps, that would be good.
So it means spirituality gives the context, and then you align the legal perspective accordingly.
Yes, yes, but that is most important. Definitely, we can't go beyond the legal periphery.
So some people say to be spiritual like is like inner compass that you have to align. So then people do some kind of reflection, they do some kind of a journaling, they sit alone as for meditations. Do you think, do you do some of them, and does this help you to anchor your mind into inner peace? Have you ever tried of any of these methods?
I I talk to myself.
Okay.
This is my habit. I talk to myself whenever I'm alone. I talk to myself. What could I do, or what I have done? What happened today, right? In what manner I could have done in some other way. Like what precaution I could have taken,
So
and what
kind
good I
of
have done.
introspection, kind of
I
introspection.
put the introspection. So I talk to myself in front of mirror sometimes, right? I listen to music also, which helps me to to fresh my mind. I declutter my mind basically. I declutter my mind. That's my most important priority. So that's how I do in my quiet time.
Have you heard of one of the CEO of a thyrocare company? There is an elder gentleman who is popular on the YouTube and making some videos. So he says, a question was asked to him, "Sir, what is heaven?" So he was the CEO of the thyrocare company, and he is currently the CEO. So he says, uncluttered mind, peace in the heart and no EMI is heaven.
You can't avoid the EMIs, I'm sorry. In today's scenarios, you can't avoid the EMIs.
So this is what one you just said. I declutter my mind. So I just reminded of that quote by that CEO of Thyrocare. So I just shared with you. So that is a wonderful way. Yes, this is how the you can say. We also say some people ask us, "Okay, sir, what is how this podcast is thought of, and why you are inviting only the top heads of the organization for the podcast?" So the simple idea is because happiness is top down approach. This is a policy. If the boss is happy, if the top heads are wise, if the top heads are cool, so it trickles down. So at the lower level, the policies they cannot make about any policy about the well-being, about the employees, about the culture, about the organization. They don't have powers. Only the top people can make the policies and all. So this is how we thought of only inviting the heads of the organization, presidents, vice presidents, and only so that because if they understand it, the importance, and they must be doing something. So are you encouraging somebody in the organization, or how do you address this issue in organization and add peace for them? Do you be a part of policy making on such levels that there has to be some time to meditate, some time to do reflection, take some time for a short nap? Like in Japan, there is one policy that 20 minutes they have to take a short nap. So if I ask a non-Japanese person, they think it is wow policy. But if you ask a Japanese person, they it is think it is much needed because they too much work hard. So it is a breather for them. So from your perspective, how do you add inner peace to your organization or as a head of the organization and vice president legal?
uh, I'll talk about my team here.
Yes.
Definitely, policy making is the role of a different vertical of our bank. So they are blessed with that. So they make the policies and we follow that. But
Yes.
there is an internal policy also within the teams. Also, I think we which we need to apply within our teams so that the team morale should be up all the time, right? And they are in a better state of mind when they are performing their obligations, right? So definitely, we have a you have a different kind of people in team, right? They all have a different mindsets, right, and different aspirations, ambitions, right, and how a different way of tackle the situations. So few people get easily demotivated, right, and few are self motivated. So like you have to deal with different kind of, but what you can do is that whenever there's a person who is actually feeling demotivated and it's going astray or some other means, we just need to tell them the purpose they have, the purpose for which they have entered into this profession, why they have chosen this job. It's a very responsible job. You definitely words always not helpful when you are dealing with your team. It's always it's most of your actions also. So your actions are very important when you are dealing or handling a team, yeah, of different kind of people. So I believe in that sitting with the person also who is not in a good state of mind, and we discuss a lot of things, personal as well as professional also, so that the person could come to certain at stage or a level where they can at least feel, like, he's not restricted to disclose anything, or he is not bounded by anything which is making them vulnerable, more vulnerable, right? So it is better to make the person at ease. Give them some, extend them some helping hand. Give them some support, right? If the person is working long hours and after office hours, the person is sitting of your team. So you can show the support. You are also sitting with them. Right? You are also sitting with them. You are there for them. You should be approachable. Very important, right? And you should be a good listener also. So whenever
Okay.
Yeah, whenever you feel your team needs you morally as well as professionally, I think we should be ready for that. And this is not in the policy. I think this should be imbibed in our behavior. How to approach your team members so that their well-being is also very important because they are also doing very important job. So with that only team is performing. You are not single person who's performing here. So they should be free. They should be working under without any fear and all, and in a happy atmosphere, which is most.
Right. So there are some organizations which have a policy of not calling after 5 o'clock in some countries. There are some policies that you should not talk about work once you meet outside the firm. So I had few friends who are like CAs and doctors. So they complain to me always one thing कि जहां भी हम जाते हैं शादियों में लोग पहले यही बोलते हैं यार दांत में दर्द हो रहा है आई हैव अ पेन इन माय टूथ कैन यू डू समथिंग टू अ डॉक्टर एंड इफ यू आर अ सीए तो यू मीट इवन इन द मैरिज पार्टीज ओ फ्रेंड आई हैव अ दिस इशू ऑफ अ टैक्सेशन कैन यू हेल्प मी so do you think same problem exists for you being a legal ke wherever you go I have this legal issue can you help me
Yeah, it happens actually. When you're going out, you actually meet whenever you're meeting people like who are from the non-legal background. Definitely, they come with their sometimes their problems and issues, and randomly also calls and asking their personal issues and resolving them or giving them a legal advice, which we give them. So it happens with me, with us also. It's not like you can't avoid that. No,
so
thumbs up
I
on your face that you are from the legal background and you have to be always ready for the people whenever they are approaching you. So you can't avoid that.
So I found one person who has found a solution for this stress buster also. He said instead of saying no, I listen to them carefully to all the problems, whatever they say, and I give them a solution on the spot, whatever they have. And in a next day, I send a bill to their house also.
Oh, I'm lacking in that. I'm sorry. I'm lacking in that.
So he says, कि I ensure कि next time if they want to ask me, they should know a bill will come next time also.
Okay,
So
I will not think about the bill and all. I'm not that much of materialistic. I am materialistic, but to certain extent.
no, it is. He said
I'm
that this
sorry,
is
not.
just. He said the point was that instead of having too much of, you can say, house flies around, flying around me, this action will minimize the genuine cases. Move on to the very fun section of this podcast is a cool fire round. I will be asking you a small question, a small statement, and then I will request you to answer me in a very a quickie, right?
Will I not
So,
get a minute also to think of that?
sorry.
Will I not get a minute even to think on that? Or is that
You take it as much you are a guest
okay?
you
Okay,
take
okay.
the time you take the time so first one one word that describes you at work
Uh, so many words. I don't want to, but I will. I love just one word which my super boss used for me. He calls me superwoman. So I love that.
superwoman okay wonderful if there was a duplicate Monica in Kotak-Mahindra what one thing you would not like about her
Oh, stop being straightforward.
stop being straightforward
This is in my blood. I can't. So it
so
happens.
that's a
Yeah.
lawyer thing you cannot stop being straightforward. Okay, your secret stress buster, a thing or a person? What's
Definitely, I'll just mix both. Running with my husband. He's also a marathon runner, so we both go on run together.
okay? I'm glad you didn't say making your husband run. Okay. One legal phrase you secretly wish didn't exist. One legal
I think I
phrase.
didn't exist.
हाँ
No, no,
you
I won't.
wish ये होना ही
Can I
नहीं
pass,
चाहिए.
can I pass this because legal authorities will definitely grab my corner in future? I would like to know. I would like to pass this. I think
Okay.
all phrases are having some meaning to that. So
Okay. A very wise answer. A very wisely handled this question. You respect someone the highest in this world, except your parents. Whom you respect, except your parents.
myself, because if I don't respect myself, no one is going to respect me. Very simple, clear principle.
Okay. A movie or a series that you saw, but you saw that law was completely wrong in that.
Suits,
Any
American series Suits, where a person who's not holding a law degree, but he is practicing before court of law. That was very absurd, and I couldn't find it.
where? Which movie?
It's not a movie; it's a series, US
Okay.
series, which is a Suits. It's a
Suits.
American Suits, Suits. You can also just refer that. Where a
So
person
he
does
don't have
not,
a.
he doesn't have a legal degree in hand, but he is practicing before court of law. I don't know from what angle. I don't know. Who don't understand?
Okay, like Munna Bhai, MBBS. Okay.
Yeah, that way. That is likewise.
So what is always in your handbag beside the phone and legal documents?
Okay, it's a confidential information, but I would like to give yeah, a wallet, hand cream, lip balm, and I think this is lunch.
Okay. Dream vacation, mountains, beaches, or a silent retreat?
Beaches.
Beaches. A book you recommend to everyone?
Uh, I'm a very history person, but I have just recently read one book written by Miss Sudha Murthy, which is Wise and Otherwise, which deals with the
Sudhamur.
different behavioral aspects of human being and gratitude, empathy, right? Human intentions. This is a very wonderful book. I'm still reading that. I have just half completed.
I'm sure since you are reading Sudha Murthy, I love one thing about Sudha Murthy, besides various things she also expressed. One thing she said, she has a habit of sitting with many kilograms of vegetables outside the temple, and she sells and she gives free of cost, means she
Oh,
just sit with a lot of vegetables. So she said that is part of my shraddha, my part of my service to the society. So one day a year she does that.
that's nice.
If you weren't a lawyer, what you would be?
I said earlier, IPS officer, definitely. I would.
IPS. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking up this cool fire round, and it was so heartening to see some inner sides of yours also. I'm sure some of your friend who will watch this podcast after this will be laughing also to maybe add this to your element of interaction and maybe gifting you most of the Murthy books, something like that, and
I
maybe
wish
making.
I'll get.
Have you met her before?
No, I have heard her in number of podcasts and interviews. So
So
that's
if
how.
we have her sometime here at our podcast Happiness Fun, I will inform you for sure. If
Thank you so much.
Sudha
Thank you
ma'am is
so much.
coming,
I
then
would
do
love
join to
to.
meet her.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So now we move on to the next section. Before you, we have a guest, Dr. Sanjay Verma. He was the chief sleep officer based in an organization in Sweden. And he was like, he is still a Olympic trainer, you can say, for various athletes in Sweden and Norway. And he runs his as a chief sleep officer in a company as a head of strategy. So he was before you. Now he has left a question for you.
Okay.
So the question that he has left is, do you think material things, do you think material things make more happy than non-material things?
Uh, okay. Can I reply to you asking a question? Is it okay
Yeah,
with you?
why not? Why not, please? Why not?
Thank you for giving me this. Okay.
Full leverage, ma'am.
So my question to you: didn't you feel happy when you bought a house with your own money? House is a material thing, right? So when you bought the house with your own money, didn't you feel that happiness?
Yes.
So for me, buying a property which is a material thing, buying a car, going to a travel, sitting alone in a in a dark room, doing meditation. I think uh, whatever gives you happiness, be it a material or non-material, I think you should grab that. You should enjoy that moment. So for me, buying a house, beautifying it, and just living it in that house gives me contentment because I have put my hard-earned money on that, and I'm happy. I have purchased that house. I'm living in that house, and I feel happy whenever I'm in that house. So for material thing is also giving me happiness. So in today's world, we can't say no material thing can't give me happiness. You go on the some mountain, sit there and do the meditation. No, it's not going to happen. We can't avoid few things. We are living in 21st century. So
Hmm.
I think we have to observe this fact. We are getting happiness from both material things and as well as non-material.
So I will convey this answer back to Dr. Sanjay once
Dr.
this
Sanjay,
pod.
please, Dr. Sanjay, I have replied to your question. I hope this satisfied your concerns.
I remember one question was asked to the CEO of Bharat Pay, who used to come on Shark Tank. You must have remembered by the dialogue, Doglapan, that
Hmm.
person who was the CEO of Bharat Pay, one of the UPI. So a question was asked, sir, we heard you have a car worth 1 crore, you have a dining table, few lakhs rupees. Why you are spending money on all of these luxuries? And he gave a wonderful answer. He said, "Ke neither I drink, neither I have a bad habit. So I am not spending money on the bad things. If I'm spending money on what I love, what's wrong in that? If that gives me
I
happiness, I enjoy that.
completely agree. Completely agree.
So I don't have any bad habits. So why not spend on the good things? So what is wrong in that? If I'm happy with a big sofa, if I'm happy with a big dining table or a big car, what is the problem in that? And same question was asked to one of the religious guru. You might have heard about Sadhguru.
Yes.
A question was
I,
asked, sir, you travel in various luxury bikes, you have a very big ashram. So he said, do you think Indian government give any special benefit to a man like me? I also have a Aadhaar card. I also have a income tax. I also have all the legal compliances. So if there is no benefit, why differentiating between material and non-material? Everything is okay. Everything is okay. So now I leave this thing to you for leaving one question for the next speaker. And once you, this question will be conveyed to the next speaker.
since your podcast is majorly hovering around the self-being, health, so I would like to ask one question: whether the self-awareness is important for the well-being of a person.
So, with this, we come to the end of this podcast, and there will be a surprise which will come after the podcast. So, I want you to leave one line that you think is your favorite line.
Uh, just believe in yourself. This is my motto of life.
Believe in yourself.
Yes. Thank you so much for inviting me and having me here with you. It's actually an honor for me. And I would definitely love to hear from you again. And I will definitely join whenever you are going to send me the link. I would love to
Okay,
hear the other speakers also. That would be a great opportunity for me. Thanks.
right. Thank you so much, Miss Monica, and our lovely audience. Those who would be watching this podcast after the recording is live, or you can say recording is available on the YouTube. I'm sure you would get snippets of understanding of Miss Monica, the Vice President Legal, Kotak-Mahindra Bank, Pune, Maharashtra. And I'm sure this words of wisdom coming from a playful heart, coming from a joyful mind, and as she says, uncluttered mind, peaceful heart, that vibes will travel to you via this mode called Amity Happiness Podcast, which we say is executive harmony, conversation with global leaders on happiness and spirituality. This happiness podcast was possible because, or you can say the center of happiness is possible because of our vision of our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, and our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Professor Balwinder Shukla ma'am, and without whose guidance this Center of Happiness would not have been possible. And this Amity University Reiki Foundation also gives acknowledgement and kind respect to Dr. Satyendra Singh Reiki, the person who is behind the Reiki Foundation. And with this, once again, we request ma'am, Monica ma'am, to give her closing words, a closing remark.
Thank you so much. My closing remarks would be, we are actually humans. Lawyers are actually humans. We have a good heart in our and we do feel the empathy, definitely. And definitely we have some restricted space to move around. So but definitely we always think for the well-being of the other people and as well as ourselves. So be good and to yourself and the others also. That's the important thing.
Thank you, Miss Monica. With this, lawyers are human is being verified and you can say attested, notary attestation is done, everything is done. Humans are, yes. And I'm sure it would be a great piece of learning for everybody and a different perspective of what does happiness means from the legal perspective. It could be a compliance, it could be a teamwork, it could be minute observation, not to take an action till the case is understood, even getting into the roots of the business before you apply the legal perspective, and even to the context of being spiritual before you apply the legal perspective as a human perspective. What was the basis for this talk? That being human is also being a lawyer. The human is behind that lawyer black robe. So thank you so much, Miss Monica, for taking time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everybody. And thank you, Miss Monica, once again for your kind presence. Thank you so much.
Hey, hey, चलो ना ढूंढे शहर एक नया, जहाँ मुस्कुराहटे हैं बिखरी, जहाँ से गम का मौसम गया, जहाँ मीठी बातें हर एक अजनबी से हो, भूले हम भी जो सारी फिक्रें, लम्हा लम्हा खुशियाँ।
आजकल सारे उदास रह रहे हैं, लेकिन आपकी जिंदगी में कुछ खुशी का जरिया होगा, तो आपको क्या खुश करता है?
What makes you happy?
पैसा और वर्किंग आउट। पैसा और वर्किंग आउट।
फ्रेंड्स, बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
ओके। तो इसके अलावा और कुछ? फैमिली। और पैसा रहेगा तो सब अपने आप ही खुश हो जाएंगे। यही आप कहना चाह रहे हो? बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
चलो ना गाए नए नए गीत, खेल ऐसा क्यों ना कोई खेल जिसमें सब ही की हो जीत, इन दिनों भूलो तारे कोई भी देखता नहीं, देखे उनको दीवाने हो के कोई कितना भी हमको टोके, खुली हवा हो खुला समा, जागे हुए हो सब अरमा, baby baby baby